Welcome to Top 30. I'm Kristen Smith.
And I'm Alex Michelson, and here are your top 30 stories in 30 minutes.
Get ready to reach for the hand sanitizer. Microbiologist Charles Gerba of the University of Arizona has the unfortunate nickname Dr. Germ. He told the Washington Post which surfaces we touch have the most germs. Viruses like salmonella and hepatitis can live on your clothing. Fewer Americans wash laundry in hot water than they used to. Bleach or half an hour in the dryer can kill those bacteria. Morning commuters who use public transit are about 6 times more likely to get sick than those who walk or drive. Frequent hand washing helps. Try to get the first cup of coffee in the morning. When researchers placed a synthetic germ in an office break room, it was on every surface in just 4 hours. The coffee pot handle is far riskier than public restrooms that are cleaned by a pro. The same is true in restaurants. The most germ-ridden surface Gerba's team found wasn't the restroom, but the menu. On average, they had 185,000 bacteria, about 100 times more than the typical toilet seat. When he was asked the biggest mistake people make with germs, Gerba said, not washing hands long enough or often enough. Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, the busiest airport in the world, lost power for 11 hours on Sunday. Nearly 1,200 flights in and out of the airport were canceled, with hundreds more delayed on Monday. An underground electrical fire at the main substation was to blame. Celebrity chef Mario Batali emailed his newsletter subscribers what was supposed to be an apology after he was accused of sexual harassment by at least 4 women. He said sorry to his friends, family, and fans, not his victims, and was quickly slammed for including a cinnamon roll recipe at the end of his apology. And the Euless Fire Department in Texas created an epic Christmas light mix using their fire trucks. Check it out. Keeping us safe and making us smile. Thank you for all you do, guys.
A family from Florida is outraged after they found a hidden camera in their stateroom while on a Carnival cruise ship in October. According to the family, who's remaining anonymous, the father had an allergy attack, and when they moved the television to look for dust, they found a small camera still warm to the touch. The man and his wife said that they were especially concerned for their underage son, who was with them on the cruise from Alabama to Mexico. He told the Miami Herald, quote, "My main concern is there's video of him online now, and I'll never know." Carnival security came to inspect and remove the device, as you can see here, and told the couple that it was equipped with a transmitter like those found on drones, but that the camera was not in working condition. The couple remains skeptical and claims Carnival downplayed the severity of the incident. A spokesperson for Carnival said a full investigation was conducted and released this statement. The couple says Carnival hasn't reached out to them since the incident, not even to apologize. The man said, quote, "We weren't trying to get any money. We weren't trying to get a free cruise. I just wanted to have action taken on it." Time now to head to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Nicole Petalides. Nicole, so many of us use Google Chrome on our phones and on our laptops, and now there's an update.
That's right, Alex. Well, Google now lets users who use Chrome mute autoplay videos. You'll have to update your browser to Chrome 64 beta. Some new features, it also prevents redirects and a split view feature for Chrome OS. According to Oxford University's study of nearly 20,000 young kids, 1 to 2 hours of screen time does not have a notable effect on their well-being overall for emotional resilience, curiosity, and positive moods. The race is on among grocers to make shopping as easy as possible. Veteran operators such as Walmart and Kroger are betting on curbside pickup, which is cheaper than delivery because customers do the driving.
So, Nicole, how big a market is the online grocery market?
It's projected that by 2022, online sales of groceries will be a $41 billion industry. With all that money at stake, we can expect to see traditional grocers take on Amazon by adding online ordering and pickup at thousands of stores. More Top 30 when we return.
The Golden Globes made a historic announcement. Oprah Winfrey will be the recipient of 2018 Cecil B. DeMille Award. According to Deadline, Oprah is the first Black woman to receive the honor since its inception in 1952. Former Cecil B. DeMille honorees include Meryl Streep, Denzel Washington, and Steven Spielberg. Each year, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is who determines the nominees for the awards show, chooses a recipient who has made outstanding contributions to the world of entertainment. Maher Tatna explained why Oprah was this year's choice. As a global media leader, philanthropist, producer, and actress, she has created an unparalleled connection with people around the world, making her one of the most respected and admired figures today. Though earning acclaim for her roles in Lee Daniels' The Butler and Selma, Oprah's only previous Golden Globe nominations was supporting actress in The Color Purple. Well, being that Oprah is Oprah, I think we can all say a collective, it's about time. Professional sports teams can be pretty cutthroat and take a do-anything-to-win approach, but a trade deal between two baseball teams shows emotion and decency can also be part of the equation. The St. Louis Cardinals traded right fielder Stephen Piscotty to the Oakland A's. He's from the area and his mother still lives there. She was diagnosed with ALS in May, and he missed some games last year to be with her after he learned about her condition. The Cardinals said they had trade offers for Piscotty from multiple teams, but ended up choosing Oakland's deal for two minor league prospects. When asked if Piscotty's ailing mother had anything to do with their choice, the Cardinals president of baseball operations said, "When you were looking at how to break a tie, clearly that did play into it." Spring training is still a few months away, but the Cardinals just hit a home run in my book.
For the first time ever, the California Department of Public Health has issued guidelines on reducing exposure to cell phone radiation. 95% of Americans own a cell phone. When the phones send or receive signals from cell towers, they give off radiation from the radio waves that they use. There hasn't been conclusive research on the link between health and phone use, but the CDPH says some studies suggest that phone use increases the risk of brain cancer, headaches, and problems with memory and sleep. The agency says to keep phones away from your body, carry them in a bag or briefcase instead of a pocket, use them less or shut them off if the signal is weak, and avoid using them to stream large files like videos. They also suggest users keep phones away from their beds at night. Some of the findings date to 2009, but they weren't released until Dr. Joel Moskowitz of UC Berkeley sued the state of California for withholding information on public health. He says laws are needed to limit the radiation from phones. The state says the science is still evolving.
Influencers with large followings on platforms like Instagram and Facebook oftentimes mention products and brands. Those mentions are often paid for by companies offering cash, goods, and services. The Federal Trade Commission says that if influencers don't disclose which posts were paid for, they could be breaking rules against deceptive marketing. The Wall Street Journal reports that earlier this year, the FTC sent warning letters to 21 influencers asking them to disclose financial arrangements with brands. Those included supermodel Naomi Campbell and actresses Shay Mitchell and Lucy Hale of Pretty Little Liars. A lawyer for Mitchell reportedly told the FTC she thought a thank you would be enough to disclose her relationship with Epic Road, a luxury travel company. She posted about a trip in exchange for travel services. One consumer expert told the Journal, "Until there are actual consequences for breaking this rule, I don't think people are going to take it seriously." Alex, you have some shocking news now about the U.S.'s investigation into UFOs?
That's right, Chris, and a lot of people talking about this. Over the weekend, the Pentagon released a statement finally confirming the United States UFO investigation program. However, it also says that the program ended in 2012 when the U.S. chose to alter funding and attention. The New York Times reports the $22 million Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program investigated reports of unidentified flying objects, according to a combination of confirmations between Defense Department officials, official reports, and program participants. Initial funding came from former Senate Democratic leader Harry Reid, who has been outspoken about his interest for space-related phenomena. In an email to the New York Times, Pentagon spokeswoman Laura Ochoa confirms the program officially ended in 2012, but would not confirm if the UFO program still exists in some capacity, as some of the people behind it have suggested. Imagine a future in which your heart, lungs, kidney, or other vital organ is failing and you could get a brand new one within a few weeks. It would be made from your own stem cells, so rejection wouldn't be an issue. Jason Bellany talks to a scientist working to make this dream a reality in today's Wall Street Journal Moving Upstream report.
20 Americans die every day waiting for a transplant. Experts say there's a donor shortage epidemic. Take 36-year-old Jacqueline Castro. She's been waiting for a lung transplant for 7 months. but she can't find a donor whose blood type and lung size matches hers.
I have an abnormally small chest cavity, even for my size, so they're having a hard time finding lungs that will fit inside of me.
Jacqueline's exactly the type of patient Dr. Harold Ott and his team are hoping their technology will eventually be able to help. It would use the patient's own stem cells to generate new organs. Recipients wouldn't need immune-suppressing drugs that prevent the body from attacking a foreign donor organ. No rejection.
That's right, that's the long-term hope. No rejection, no immunosuppression, and no donor organ shortage.
While Dr. Ott doesn't expect his technology to be available for clinical use for at least a decade, experts say that this would be a game changer in medicine.
Thanks, Jason. You can watch the full story at wsj.com/upstream.
In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 29 Philadelphia, John's Roast Pork might be one of the best places to grab lunch, but owner John Bucci Jr. would also like it to be a place to find a bone marrow donor. John knows how short the donor list is from experience. Cancer-free for 10 years, he was one of the few lucky enough to find a match. Now he's working to not only raise money for cancer research, but also to get customers on the donor list.
We would either get people to sign up. Money's money. Donors are much more important than money.
Our next story from Fox 2 Detroit. Pluto, a 6-month-old mixed hound, was rescued from the destruction of Hurricane Irma and brought to Detroit's Happy Days dog and cat rescue. Pluto appeared on Fox 2, hoping to find his forever family before the holidays. 20 families stepped up, but when Pluto met the cheese rights, the choice was clear.
He just knows.
Huge Gordie Howe fans, his family celebrated his new life by giving him a new name, Gordie Hound. Our final story from Fox 10 Phoenix. Families with kids battling cancer have enough to deal with, which is why the Children's Cancer Network is handling all the Christmas shopping and wrapping so they can focus on what's important, their child. Several volunteers, like the Shockleys, understand the importance of gestures like this. Their son Grayson successfully conquered cancer. Now they spend time helping others, inspiring those around them with their story. The Children's Cancer Network of Phoenix will be helping 60 families this year, spreading some much-needed cheer. For the past decade, sleepy neighborhoods across the country have seen an influx of traffic on their streets. The rise of the map app shortcuts to help you get across town efficiently has also led to an increase in accidents on streets that used to see minimal traffic. According to New York Magazine, Alexander Bayan, Director of Transportation Studies at UC Berkeley, says the phenomenon you're experiencing is happening all over the U.S. Bayan says map apps are the first part of the problem. The second is rideshare apps, because they also use map apps to navigate. From its debut in 2011, Waze has gone from 7 million downloads to over 65 million in 185 countries in 2016. Bayan says other than infrastructure changes, there isn't a lot to be done to stop what these apps are doing to neighborhoods, other than delete the map apps and go the old school route, using the intuitive technology of our brains. Eating healthy food is important, but how kids are eating is also important. Researchers at the University of Montreal have found that kids whose families regularly eat meals together tend to be more fit and have heightened social skills. Study author Linda Pagani said the presence of parents during mealtimes likely provides young children with first-hand social interaction, discussions of social issues, and day-to-day concerns. She also said family meals were a marker of home environment quality and, more importantly, an easy way to improve your child's well-being. Results also showed higher self-esteem, fewer emotional issues, and better relationships with other children. So I know it's hard because we're all busy, but with this new research, gathering the troops at dinner time may be worth the extra effort.
Home construction can take a long time, but a new company is offering a new affordable home that can be completely finished in less than 24 hours. Passive Done is a startup that uses a 3D printer to create walls, roof, and floors of a house. These aren't your typical homes. They start at 410 square feet at a cost of $64,000. There are multiple floor plans and costs, and you can even customize your order for an added fee. Smaller houses can be finished in less than 24 hours, and get this, they use solar power and have an independent sewage system, meaning that the house is completely mobile. Company officials will start delivering homes next month, and in case you're wondering, they say they have 8,000 pre-orders in the U.S. alone.
For Nolan Adams, giving back all started when he was just 7 years old by donating a toy truck and a stuffed frog to Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux City, South Dakota. According to People magazine, Nolan decided he wanted to help after hearing a radio ad for the Children's Hospital while visiting his grandparents. Nolan, now 11, explains what kicked off the idea, saying, "So I asked my mom and dad, how many gifts do the kids in the Children's Hospital get? And they're like, not really as much as you, fewer than you." It was then that Nolan realized that everyone isn't as fortunate as he is, so he dropped off the 2 toys with his parents. But that wasn't the end of Nolan's charity work. For the past 4 years, he's worked to make sure the kids visiting Sanford Children's Hospital can also enjoy the holidays. Nolan even donated 176 presents this year. His mom, Trish Adams, says if Nolan wants to do this forever, she'll do everything in her power to help him, making giving back a family affair. There's always that one person who you swear has everything. Consumer reporter Steve Noviello from Fox 4 Dallas says that's exactly who he has in mind when he came up with this list of great gift ideas.
Hey, Kristen, some aspirational, some attainable, but each one I guarantee they do not have. Starting over here, and I know you were the beer pong champion in college. Well, this robot is ready to add a real challenge. Now the cups really do move, thanks to the Pong Bot. That's even when you squint one eye. It even has edge sensing technology, so the robot will never fall off the edge of the table. You can keep the cork in the bottle and the wine fresh for months. The Corvin wine opener gives you the perfect pour through the cork. Just insert and tilt. Take a look at this. It's a dish they definitely do not have. The levitating X plate uses electromagnetic suspension to float above the base. It comes in cups, pillows, and plates too. Take a look at this. Forget Festivus. Jerry, Kramer, Elaine, and George all in your home for the holiday season. Look close. You just might see them all in this scale replica of the Seinfeld set. Only 5,000 will be produced. Every detail accounted for, right down to the bike on the wall and the cereal boxes above the sink. Links to all these products right now when you come see me, facebook.com/SaveMeSteve.
Googling health questions will almost certainly lead to some scary and sometimes inaccurate answers, but many of us do it anyway. Google Trends has compiled a list of the top 10 health questions people Googled this year, and interestingly enough, Selena Gomez had an influence. Compiled between January and mid-December, the #1 Googled health question was, what causes hiccups? How to stop snoring came in a close second. If you Googled, why am I so tired? You're not alone. It came in at #4. And how long does the flu last took the #5 spot. Here's a full list of the top 10. And in the last spot, you see, what is lupus? Remember, back in September, Selena Gomez revealed she'd undergone a kidney transplant due to complications she suffered from lupus. Gomez hopes her celebrity status will help increase awareness and research dollars for the disease. The way you watch videos on Facebook could be about to change. The company will begin testing advertisements in front of some videos beginning in January. The ads will be 6 seconds long. For now, they'll only be in the recently launched Watch section of Facebook. That means you won't see them in your news feed. The site already runs ads during videos that are 90 seconds. Some publishers complain that those commercials aren't making them enough money on Facebook. Other sites like YouTube already run ads before video. Facebook has resisted pre-roll ads for years, but founder Mark Zuckerberg says he wants Facebook to become a video-first company. So the plan could start making companies more money, but only if they change how they make videos.
Organ donations are surging in Canada right now. Improvements in the organ donation system has resulted in a boost in organ donations in the last few years. That's according to new stats from the Canadian Institute for Health Information and Canadian Blood Services. The organ donor rate from deceased individuals has increased by 42% since 2007, with 20.9 donors per million in population. Sam Shemy said, "The organ donation system used to be poor. It's getting better. We're gratified, but there's great room for further improvement, and the question going forward will be how to get there. There's work to be done as Canada's goal is 22 donors for every million in population, and they're lagging behind the US, who averages 31 donors per million, and Spain, whose rate is an impressive 43.3 donors per million. There's always room for improvement when it comes to saving lives." Alex, what's coming up on the next show?
Kristen, we're talking about packing for those holiday flights. Many travelers are attempting to fly with wrapped presents and other holiday staples, but some of them might not be allowed. Plus, this Florida penthouse could be the first real estate listing of its kind. The seller will not accept cash. And one town has a truly secret Santa who bought shoppers $40,000 in gifts. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.